I guess it's recording to the cloud. I'm not sure. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the call. I apologize for the issues we have going on, but I'm really, really excited. I want to stay excited because, we had an unbelievable convention, the Next Level Convention. I hope most of you, if you didn't attend, were able to get on the virtual, and it was recorded as well. Some people that are on our team that went. I mean, the people I'm talking to all day long are saying they're so excited they can't stop talking to people, and that's what we say about conventions, you guys. It gives you the energy when you're around all these people and hearing all these stories and it just does something to you. It's just no way to describe it. But what I'm going to try to do tonight is I'm going to try to highlight a few things that that are going on, starting with some of the highlights from the convention. So those of you who are on the call for the first time, the name of our call is the Power Six, and the reason we call it the Power Six is because we've established a simple duplicatable system of enrolling 6 people in order to maximize the binary plan and matching bonuses. So what we always do is try to elevate the mindset of everybody who are building this business, because it's definitely has to do with mindset. I got a chance to participate in attend the presidential summit, which was that Thursday evening before everybody else got there. And at that presidential summit, the purpose was to expand the capacity of each leader, to establish a leadership culture that will sustain itself for generations to come. In other words, this can't not be some simple thing that, hey, let me go and get a customer here. Because we're trying to pour into each other and establish a culture that is high level, you guys, that the mindset that is not the average type of person. And it was really encouraged for us to develop ourselves mentally. So the overall theme of the summit was excellence in leadership. And they say your check will always fall back to your level of leadership. Okay, so that just lets you know, if you think about the people that are doing very, very well, there are certain characteristics that are prominent amongst them, but it all starts with vision. It always all starts with vision, you guys. It all starts with trying to move some of this stuff out of my way so I can see my screen. It's an iPhone. I'm not going to admit that. Start with vision, and a big vision. It all has to do with where you're going. If people know that you're going somewhere, they want to follow you. If you're just, not really establishing a sense of, hey, this is what we're doing as a team. This is what I'm doing with my own self. People are not going to follow you. So it takes leaders with vision to help people with big dreams. And we're here to establish a legacy. That was another really significant thing that was discussed. We're not trying to just, hey, let me go make a few dollars here. Let me make some extra money. Let me make some big money. But are you establishing a legacy? Something that's going to continue to go on like Ken Robinson did. That was a part of the final session that Saturday that but the Saturday morning session that it was so obvious. Everybody in the room, he established a legacy for all of us, not just the Ken Robinson team, but the whole company. I mean, the whole company felt it. People were in tears, you guys. So, I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, it was just like testimonies after testimonies of testimony of how this company has changed people's lives. So what you need to do, let me see here. I'm trying to get this out of my way. What do you need to do to impact people? Just look at yourself and think about, what are you doing that maybe is impacting people, or what do you need to do to impact people? You see, and people wouldn't feel that. So I'm not going to answer those questions. I'm just telling you these questions so that you could think. And they said your check will always go back to your level of leadership. See, because it's not just about, we say this all the time, it's not just about us doing certain things. What are you doing to impact the other people on your team to do the same thing you're doing and establish yourself as a leader? And you know, they say to become more, to achieve more. Personal development, you guys, it was, oh my God. They talked about all these different books, like the book of the month is the Energy Bus. I bought that book. We've got to expand our mind, as we're not going to grow any further. So we've got to adopt a growth mindset and increase our personal development. Your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development. So if you want to grow, if you want to be successful, you've got to develop yourself. People can feel that. Now, what I want to talk about now, I think, is we've got some, I think wait a minute, what just happened? What's going on? Keeps going back to Jeff. Oh, I hope nothing is going crazy with this computer. Let me try to go back. Try to go down to this.
Your screen seems to be okay.
Yeah, it wasn't sharing a minute ago though. Okay. Let me get down to this next page. It help them grow or watch them go. You know, one of the things that you know, I hear people say all the time, my people are going inactive. Well, help them grow. Help the people grow. So, or else they're gonna go. I reached out to one of my team members today who told me day one, him and his wife did not want to build, did not want to build. All they wanted to do was use the product. They came in with a core. But next thing you know, they start telling people, I won't go through all the details. And, you know, now literally they're almost director. But I reached out to them, even though they're not the people that say, hey, I want this. They're not saying that. I mean, they were never saying that. What I hear them say is, I told this lady about it. They need this product. But guess what I do? I keep reaching out to them, and that's why they're growing. So I did a launch call for them because they wanted to help people, not because they wanted to make money. But you got to let people know that you care about them. And so just every once in a while, just call somebody, have a conversation. You'd be surprised of what it's going to do. So what I wanted to do now, you guys, because like I said, I can't even open, I don't even know about opening up this call because some crazy things going on at this particular time. But I wanted to share, it went back to Jeffrey again. I don't know what's going on with this. There we go. I wanted to share one of the promotions that's going, okay. It keeps going back. It keeps going back. Can you see this, Jeffrey?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. It keeps going back to different things. Okay. You all know there's a promotion going on for the cruise. All right. Y'all can tell I'm a little bit nervous because of all this craziness going on, but the cruise is going to be in February of next year. And, you know, there's a, they haven't put the, I got a text from Gina Merritt that had a, you know, what do you call this? A tracker. I'm showing you a picture of it, but the tracker is not in their team. This is it team website. It's not on the back office under downloads. I sent her a text letting her know that, but it's just like the one that we had for Punta Mita. Exactly the same points, exactly the way they accumulate the points as we did when we went to the Punta Mita trip. So if you can print that out, it's going to show you how to accumulate your points, okay? But what I want to do is give you an example. If you were a manager, this is a good level to start at, so you can see that anybody can qualify for this trip. So these are basic things. If you're a manager now, that means you got at least 4 people, 2 on your left, 2 on your right, that are actively placing an order every month. If you maintain that rate for the next 10 weeks, as there's only 10 weeks remaining, that's going to give you 10 points. That's very easy. You know, like I said, don't just stop recruiting. Make sure you always got 4. But if you continue to be recruiting, you're always going to be a manager, okay? Maintain that. That's 10 points. Rank up to director. What does that mean? Help somebody go to manager on your left and help somebody go manager on your right. Get them 4 people apiece and make sure you got 6 yourself, 3 on your left, 3 on your right. Okay. When you do that, that's 15 points just because you ranked up to director. And you know, that is really not hard to help a person become manager. All you got to do is help them do some 3-ways, maybe some launch calls and stuff like that. Now, if you're really, really motivated to take this trip, you're going to be talking to people every day. So just think on an average, if you signed up 1 person a week for the next 10 weeks, and you just got the minimum, which is a core, that's 2 points. So 10 times 2 points is 20 points. Once again, if you're talking to every people all the time, it's so easy to get a preferred customer. That's 1 point, 15 people, 15 points, okay? Upgrade 5 cores. Those people that you do bring in as a core, remember we said you signed up 10 core, instead of letting them run their order for like 1 sleeve or whatever the next month, see if you can get them to upgrade to advanced. You know, that's another $240, dollars, but they're going to, or $230 or something like that, I think it is, but they're gonna get 2 points for every time they hit an advance. Now the sheet is a little confusing because it says +4. It's not +4, it's +4 if they came in as an advance, but it's +2 if they upgraded from core to advanced. Even if it means that you have some orders that you have accumulated, or maybe you run out of inventory and you, instead of let's say you're still getting your 2 sleeves, but you got some more inventory you need to get, you can always take that inventory and it upgrade to somebody who does not want to upgrade. I remember when we were trying to qualify for the Punta Mita trip, we had to do some things, help somebody become an advance. I said, well, if you don't want to get but 1, can I, put the money with it and help you upgrade? Because if you had 5 cores to upgrade to advance, that's another 10 points. If you help 5 people become manager, remember, if you're manager now, you got 4 people already, but you just enrolled 10 cores. So out of the 4 people you already have, plus the 10 people you just enrolled, hopefully you can get 5 of them to become manager. You just got to say, who do you know and care about the most? Do you want to make some money? Any of those things will allow them to get you on the phone with somebody or do a launch call, which I highly recommend. If you get 5 people to hit manager, that's 25 points. If you can develop 2 directors, that's somebody, that's where you really want to focus on the people that's under you who've already been in. They may have already brought in 2 or 3 people. They're trying to get a manager on their left and manager on their right. 7 points. You got 10 weeks to get 2 directors. That's 14 points. When you add all that together, you guys, that's 109 points. And that's going to qualify you for 2 trips. That's 2 people, like you and your spouse, and one of you are going to have to pay for your flight. The other one is going to be free. Take a screenshot of this, please. Take a screenshot of this and so that you can see a little strategy for, if you're already a manager, how you can qualify for this trip, okay? Now I'm going to show you another strategy. Okay, it's not moving. Trying to get to the next screen. Yep, the devil is a lie. All these crazy things going on with me. Stop share. Let me get to the next screen some kind of way. Let me see if I can get to the next screen. So I'm trying to get to there we go. Okay, now let's say you're already a director, because some of you are a director already, right? If you're already a director, maintain that rank for 10 weeks, and that's 10 points. There's some higher people on this. We got some senior directors, got some executive directors on this line, but those people who are director, maintain that rank for 10 weeks, that's 10 points. Rank up to senior director. That means you're helping a person on your left. I mean, it doesn't matter if you get 2 directors, one of them can be on your left, one could be on your right, or they could both be on the same side. But as long as you've accumulated 10,000 points, some of you have been in for a while and you've exceeded 10,000 points. If you do all of that, 2 directors and 10,000 points, that's going to make you a senior director. You're going to get 20 points. Okay. I'm going to let Nico in. Enroll 2 cores just like you did on the other page, 20 points. Enroll 15 preferred customers, just like you did as a manager, 15 points. Upgrade 5 of those cores to advanced, just like you did as a manager, that's 10 points. Develop 8 managers. Now, let me tell you why that's easy. And you got to be direct to you now because you're already a director. So you already got 2. We already know you got at least 2 managers, probably maybe 3, but you brought in 10 cores as well. So between the people you brought in and the people that you already have, if you help 8 people become manager at 5 points each, that's 40 points. If you help 2 people become director, that's another 7 points times 2. Directors, 14 points. That gives you 129 points, you guys. That's enough for 2 trips and 2 flights. And you know, this may sound like it's hard, but I promise you, don't look. I want to give you a heads up. Don't look at, okay, so you got to have 125 points, I think it is, and it was 11 weeks. Don't look at it, oh, let me get 8 points every week and try to, that may intimidate you, but what you can say is, I got 8 people who between now and the next 10 weeks, 8 people in the next 10 weeks that are gonna get 4 people. It's easier to think of it that way. Don't look at it like you're trying to produce a manager every single week. Find the people who want to hit manager, and some of them may end up hitting director, but find the people who want to hit manager, and they got a whole 10 weeks. You mean to tell me they got 10 weeks to be a manager? Surely 8 people can do that in 10 weeks. And I'm not saying for you to take 10 weeks. You want to do it as fast as you can. Now, the thing about you being the senior director, you got to maintain that for 3 more weeks. If you hit it this week, say, for example, you got to hit it at least 3 more weeks between now and September the 4th. When is it? October the 19th, I think it is. Yeah, you have all the way to October the 19th to qualify for this. So if you look at it like that, let me do this. I think Jeffrey is already unmuted. I made him a co-host. So Jeffrey, I don't want to be the only one talking. You want to chime in right quick, Jeffrey, and say something.
My NBA t-shirt and my hair is really a wreck.
Don't show your hair, just talk.
Great. Well, listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Well, it's gonna be the truth anyway. But Verdita, thank you for laying this out for us all, because now we mathematically know what we need to do. The point system is pretty simple, guys. I think that, Verdita made it really clear that, even to get 129 points is not far-fetched. It simply means ranking up. And after this experience this last weekend down in Florida, where we got a chance to rub elbows with the leadership, introduced to a millionaires club, players in a millionaire club, right in this business. But it was inspiring for us to be on all these trips. Most of the people that walked across the stage in the millionaire club had been on 19 trips, had been on all the trips, just like Verdita does not miss a trip. It's important that we have the same mindset. We have to figure this out, folks. There's too much, I call it royalties on the table for us to miss out on these things. I'm sure most of us have dreams of travel and being able to go places and do things without thinking about money or thinking about what's the reason that we can't, which is usually money. But if this company is giving it to you and it's all structured in a point system based on your production, why not go out and get 10 cores and 15 preferred customers and rank up, rank up really quickly that way and encourage your new members to do the same, because the more you do, the more you get. The more your team does, the more you get. It's just an incredible process in which this is done. But no, if you're listening under the sound of my voice right now, each and every person that's on this Zoom, do not miss another event. Now, I mean, not another event, whether it's local with our in-person meetings at the Hampton Inn on Saturday morning, or This Is It Team National, a LifeWave National, a regional, a local Super Saturday. Do not miss another event, because we build this business on events. And I'll tell you, the momentum that came out of this past weekend is absolutely crazy. People have gone, people are losing their minds getting to people, talking to folks. You know, we're overlapping now because there's so many of us that left that event and running into people who talked to someone that was at the event. So listen, life-changing event. Don't miss another one. Back to you, Verdita.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey. And I wanted to say, you know, like I was saying the same thing that Jeffrey's saying. Everybody's so energized. They're signing people. I just got a text from Kelly Fowler. She just did a launch call. She just signed up a premium. I mean, see, their energy is so high that you could sign people up a lot faster. That's why we say, don't sit and go and just relax the rest of the week. Talk to somebody, because your energy is contagious. But I want to point out something. I was talking about, see, we got 10 weeks to do this. And the reason I'm emphasizing, I don't want to leave this page. We have got to show up on these trips, you guys. It is so obvious when, you know, maybe me and Harvey, and it used to be Ken and Lynn and Z, you know, nobody else is showing up on these trips. We got to do it, you guys. But see, you can't, I know when we qualified for the Punta Mita trips, literally, when we came back from the January training, well, that's when we started, and we had to finish up by the third week in February. That was, I was going crazy trying to get my points in. And so I only had like 4 or 5 weeks. You got 10 weeks, 10 weeks. So if you're consistently talking to people every day, following up with people every day, there's no way you can't sign up 10 cores. No way. And the same thing with the preferred customers. And that's going to get you in position to, when we have the new comp plan, to make $708 a month. If you had 20 preferred customers, make that a habit of getting preferred customers. Don't force them to be a core if they don't want to. And then you take those cores before it's time for their next order. Talk to them and say, listen, I encourage you to consider getting, you know, taking advantage of the advanced membership. You're going to save $65 by doing what I'm about to tell you. And then now you get 3 sleeves for what is it? It's going to be $235. Yeah, 6 sleeves for $235 instead of, 3 more sleeves for $235 rather than 3 more sleeves for $300. That's saving you $65. Let them know that. And if they're excited about it, they're gonna be running out of patches. I'm talking to so many people right now that are running out of patches because the product is doing so well for them that they're giving them out. They're giving them out. So next month they need some more. So that lets you know, if they enroll someone as a core, more than likely that person is running out too. But they're not going to share them if you don't instruct them to. You got to instruct them to share those patches. That's how they're going to want more patches the next month. So don't let another $100 come out of their pocket when that 100 could have applied toward $235. Do you see what I'm saying? That could have applied toward their advance. Okay, so I've unmuted a couple of people that, let me go on to the next page though. Okay, now we also have a preferred customer bonus in place where if you enroll 3 or more preferred customers or regular for preferred customer or preferred customer plus, you're going to get an extra $50. That's all the way to September the 1st. Let's just do that. Also, if you become a manager this month, you have until the rest of August. If you become manager, you're going to get extra $100. If you've never been manager before, you're going to get $100. And you as the sponsor, if you're already a manager and you help someone else become manager, you're going to get a matching bonus of $50. So there's all kinds of reasons and incentives. Go ahead and take advantage of it and get it out of the way. So what I'm going to do now, I did want to say that once again, you guys, the Legacy Award, Ken Robinson Legacy Award, several people were able to get that award, starting with Z. Kendrick, Executive Director, got the Ken Robinson Legacy Award. Chris Oliver, longtime friend, came into the business just running and is an Executive Director for now. And so he also got the Legacy Award. Reggie Stewart, who's a president director, also got a Legacy Award, and Harvey and myself also got the Ken Robinson Legacy Award. It was so emotional. What we did, the whole team, everybody in the room that was a part of his team, went down to the stage, stood in front of the stage. It seemed like 1,000 people, but I knew it wasn't 1,000. It was a lot of us all around this stage, and they showed a video of Ken, and we, just him training sometimes, just different memories of him. And at the end, that's when they announced the people who got the award. Then we did a panel where we got a chance to share insight from the kind of things Ken taught us, or our relationship with him, or how he thought as a person. It was very insightful. It was very emotional. So it was very, very special. Very, very special. But I've unmuted some other people. I know that James Thompson, I was talking to him and his wife Santa earlier today. Tell us what's been going on today and yesterday, James. You can share your video if you can, and share your unmute yourself if you can. James Thompson. I think I made him a co-host.
Okay, Verdita, can you hear me?
Yes, I thought I made you a co-host.
No, I can't share
Okay,
the
look,
video.
I made you a co-host.
Our power just came on. We just had bad storm here, so
Okay.
so we've been running around here just trying to get on the call. So
Okay.
but yeah, this last couple of days is just, I don't know, it's been hard to sleep because it's that was my third event, and Santa and our third event, and the excitement was just off the chain, and it was just totally different. So we've got a lot of excitement going on. We got I've really taken advantage of what I was told before, and that's to make at least 5 calls a day. And last couple of days, I've been making those calls and setting appointments with people to get with people and sending them the this is it info and all of that. So we're just really excited. We had people in our organization, the Grandisons and all, and they were, we spoke with them the last 2 days, and they're so excited. It's hard to get a word in with them. So we're on the move. We're ready to put Jacksonville on the map.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you just cannot miss an event. I mean, it's just no way to describe it. And as soon as I'm just saying this, as soon as, I don't even know when it's gonna come out, whether it's normally it's somewhere around December when they announce the the price and all that. Get the ticket then, put the deposit down then, because it's so much easier. Let's say that was what, $970 for 2 people, and just a little, let's say it was just 2 in your room. You put that 200 some dollars down, and you got a whole like 8 months or 7 or 6 months to pay the balance. And you're probably only saving $75, away every single month, just to be able to participate. Because so many people say, well, they don't have the money. Yes, you do have the money. You have the money to do everything else you want to do. And this is your business. This should be a priority for you to get to the convention. Thank you so much for sharing, James. I see Kelly Fowler has put her beauty. Come on here, Kelly, and share your excitement.
I can't wait to share. I'm telling you, James, I'm gonna connect with you because I got an aunt and a sister that just moved to Jacksonville, and I'm getting ready to come there and build up so we can partner up there, cousin. But listen, I'm like you, that was my third event. But this event, it was spiritual. It was like mind, body, spirit all together. And the things that, every time we're always trying to grow and develop as individuals, right? Because that's the goal. We're born, we grow, we develop until you die. And so what I found is that it'll help me identify my gaps. Just the little nuggets. You'll hear something like, what you don't change, you choose, right? Little things like, okay, wow, that really impacted me. Also, amateurs, they sign up people. Champions launch people, okay? You have to take ownership of your business and just that whole leadership and excellence of leadership that your team needs you. They need to hear your voice. So guess what? I've sponsored 100 today, my 102nd person, premium, but I've sponsored 101 others. And even if you didn't renew and get back in, we need to call and regenerate, if you will. Just like we're regenerating our bodies, generate those relationships. They need to hear your voice. You need to talk to them. I was the queen of text. No more. I'm done texting. You're going to hear my voice. And if I don't get you, I'm leaving a voicemail and I'm going to keep calling and keep dripping on people because that's what they need. When I saw all those people going across and that lady Penny, who had only had 629 people, and all she talked to was the cows and the horses that she was cattling and ranching and had to sell all of that. And her son's coach said, Penny, if you let me coach you, I'll help you get to freedom. And in 14 months, this woman is on the stage. I was so happy for her. We have something powerful. For me, yeah, it's not about money. Somebody was, Verdita, she was like, what you want? What you want? Okay, you got to get something material. So I sent her pictures of I sent about what, 30 pictures, Verdita? All the details of a Bentley. I can go buy a Bentley today. It's not important to me. But what got me this time, 242 millionaires created in 30 months. It's on and popping. I'm done talking now. Bye.
It's so funny. I don't know if I know that Steve and Gina created about 174 millionaires in the other company, but they have on the team right now 20 elites and because I had written it down, 20 elites and 100 SPDs. So, you know, I'm not sure quite yet everybody's at millionaire status, but it's coming. And some of them are multi-millionaires already. There was a lady named Penny that was from somewhere in Texas. She used to have cattle. She used to have on her farm. She had a divorce, all this stuff happened to her. This lady had never made any money in network marketing, but she joined under this guy named Joe Navarro. So listen to the scenario. She never made money before. And he said, just make a list and start calling me and put me on. His leadership, his energy, his awesomeness, because he was awesome on the stage. Just the fact that her guests heard his voice. See, he knew what she may not have been as capable to do it herself. They got on the phone with him and she made she's only been in the business for a year. Last month, she made $31,000. Okay, $31,000. And I promise you, if you looked at this lady and say, what? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those of you who were there, I want to also, I have Jewel Strother, Professor Jewel Strother. Unmute yourself, Jewel. Am I telling the truth? This lady made $31,000 last month. Did it appear that she would be the quality person?
Absolutely not. But that's the magic behind going to convention. You get to see people from all sorts of backgrounds. And a lot of times we overlook people like that. And we take it for granted. And these are the people we need to be talking to. Out of everyone that spoke, she was the one that truly, truly inspired me, not just for myself, but for other people that I'm going to be marketing and prospecting. And she was very inspirational. I mean, her background, because there's a lot of people that have a penny story or are attached to us, people that have a penny story. And just to give you a little bit more of what you was, to elaborate what you was talking about, Mrs. Monk, her background was cattle. I wrote all the notes, 35 years just raising cattle. And that was all she knew. She said, this is all I knew my entire life. This is all I've ever done. And then when she went through that divorce, she said she lost everything. She didn't know what to do. But she tried the patches and she didn't know if the patches would work for it, but she got some positive experiences from the patches. And then she told some other friends about it. And then they have positive experiences. Just that domino effect. A lot of people from a town with 629 people, right? And a lot of us live in big cities where we pass 1,000 people just going to work, and so this hearing someone talk about that experience and still was able to get to the other side to reach success. You know, I know there's a higher level for everyone, but that's a great way to start. So she was very inspirational, and I think we can all use her story at one form, a time or another, to motivate everybody. Anyone, she was a great testimony that anybody can do it, no matter what your background, where you're from, no matter where you live. If Penny can do it, I mean, when we say anyone can do it, she literally removed all excuses from anyone. Because if she can do it, anyone can do it. Because a lot of us don't have those limited circumstances as far as where we live, small community. All we know is farming, you know, things like that. So that excited me. I took pictures of her. I met her when she walked back, when she got off stage. I mean, she was truly inspirational. So it's things like that. Everyone that's on this call, if you wasn't able to make it to the convention, that is one reason, one major reason why you have to be there. Because when you go to a convention, it's like going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you don't go there and you try to watch the Super Bowl on your smartphone, you're going to get limited experience, limited excitement. But when you're there, it's the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. It's a huge difference. And so you got to be there, because when you go to a convention, it takes you out of LifeWave and place LifeWave inside of you. And that's what we get, because we're going to meet and we're going to experience talking to people that's just like us, that have similar circumstances just like us, but they made it, to inspire you that you can make it too. So that's one of the major reasons why I go is to connect, to connect. And I thank you so kindly for the connection you made with myself and the Merits. Man, I'll be forever grateful, because that's what I needed. I wrote that down on my list. I got a checklist. Everyone, before you go to conventions, you must write down what you expect to derive from it. And that was on my checklist. I was able to check that off. We're good. Time to go. Pass it back over to you.
Well, you're
Perdita,
welcome.
I want to say one more thing about Penny.
Sure.
She said there, she didn't talk to people. She only talked to her cows and horses. But I noticed another major theme of last weekend was, we're in the business of helping people with what we have with health and wealth. That's the great thing, right?
Mhm.
But then the bad thing is we had to deal with people. And I thought it was just me. I was like, man, sometimes I just like talking to these birds that come land in my backyard than people. But hearing her, and that she's up there, like Professor Struthers said, making 31,000, and all she did was for all those years just talk to cows and horses. I know we
In a town
all
with
can do
600
this.
people.
Yes.
So we have no excuse. We have no excuse. But I will tell you this, Joe Navarro, I've heard his name before. I heard, I think some people like Monique Dotson, I think either her or somebody in Houston was talking about him because he's in Texas. I know Monique didn't get a chance to go because her daughter was getting ready to go to graduate school for her PhD. So the whole weekend she was helping her move into Tennessee. So I understand that. But I was her or somebody from Houston was talking about Joe Navarro. And when he hit that stage, he turned it out. Not only him, but the pastor that preached. It was Stephen Gina's pastor. Oh my God, what a powerhouse. He preached Friday night. Well, I can preach or talk or whatever you want to say, Saturday night, and then Sunday morning. Y'all have to listen to the replay. It is on YouTube, I believe, for the Sunday service. For those of you who bought the virtual, I did get an email that it's available, but the replay is available. But when you see him as her sponsor, you can understand when these people heard his energy. See, sometimes it's not about us, it's who we can lead people to. You're gonna grow over time. You may not have it yet. You may not have that energy, that enthusiasm, or whatever you want to call it yet, but it just keep growing. And this is why they kept talking about personal development every single day. Read something, even if it's for 5 minutes, listen to something positive, stop watching the news and all this negative energy, because that energy gets into you. You don't want that. Thank you, Kelly, for bringing it up. But I also want to let Miss Gwen Millsap, because right before the convention, right after this convention was over, that Sunday they went out and started doing some stuff right there in Orlando. Gwen, come on and share you know, how your team has responded to this, because you had people coming all the way from California and everything for this convention. Windmill Sap, I think I made her a co-host.
I'm here, Verdine. I'm sorry.
Okay,
We got bad weather and stuff going on over here too. But
okay.
thank you so much for being who you are. We just thank you. We're excited. We had people coming from every corner. They were there. They're excited. And we have 3 launches set up for this week that we're doing. They're launching their business, and they called me, one couple, and said, we're ready to go, manager. What do we need to do? Could you do a launch for us? And then the guy
And they went to they were at the convention, right?
they were at the convention.
See?
They caught on fire. Then the guy that was with them, Mike, he goes, can you do a launch for me? I'm ready to get going. Great, we got you. So then when we get back home, we had one of our former, she's on here tonight. I see her name, Latita Brown. She texted and asked me could do a launch for her. She said, I'm ready to get going again. So, and she didn't even go. I guess she just got excited. But the whole team, we have, everybody is just moving now. It's like the osmosis. And long as we
Yes.
keep going, I mean, don't stop, just keep going. Because I've been talking to everybody that came across my path, and I had a little girl that got on last night and tonight, and I'm meeting her tomorrow to get her going. Just met her, and she said she's excited. Met another nurse today, and gave her a couple patches, and she said, my whole family needs this, and I'm a single mom. I need to get with you. I mean, and if you keep that mindset, I'm going to the Bahamas, all I know.
Well, listen, I want to say this, you know, you're talking to somebody yesterday, somebody today. See, what I hope all of us took away from this is that we got to paint a picture when we talk to people, not just this can help you with your health. It can't stop there. Let them know that what you have your hands on is the most significant breakthrough in modern medicine, in the health industry. It's the most significant. What else do you know? And I don't have any problem using the word quote unquote quote miracles. What else do you know in the universe right now that's creating this many miracles? If you're not hearing a miracle every day, your team is not patching people. Seriously. Or you're not patching people. And I feel so bad because, you know, it's only 25 people on this call. I got a text from Bishop Jackson. I don't know if you sent that text out, Gwen, because he sent quite a few of his people were not able to get on, but he was on the text message. He should have been able to get on this call. But I'm glad it's recorded because we'll send it out. But yeah, I'm going to have to, from now on, I'm going to have to fix the thing where we have to invite you on instead of getting on because it's causing some problems. I don't know who this is that keeps trying to hack this call. But anyway, thank you, Gwen. I know you also went right after the thing went to, wasn't it you or was it Brenda and Brenda Wright who went and saw a couple right after that?
Yes, it was a pilot, and he was flying out on Tuesday, Monday, he was flying out. And so we went, patched him. He wanted us to patch his mother. His father was 90-year-old retired OBGYN doctor. His mother was an 89-year-old retired nurse. And we patched everybody in the house. So they are excited. And
Yeah.
he had a pinched nerve. And he said he would be back. In fact, he came back yesterday. And we're supposed to follow up with him.
Yeah. So, you know, they started right out. They were so excited. They're just telling everybody, you guys, listen. And I know that Wendell, Renee, they did a training. They had 3 new couples that came. One came from Alabama, one came from Orlando, one came from Pennsylvania. They've only been in the business 2 months, and they had 3 couples to come with them. And I'm talking about, that's one of those couples was Dr. Tapper, who we had on before. When you got that quality of people that came for the whole convention. They went straight, Wendell and took them straight somewhere and they did a training and they're planning out, they're planning, you guys, they're not playing, but they were not able to get on this call simply because of the issue we had. But listen, you guys, if the people that I've unmuted, if there's anything else you all want to say, I don't know who else, you know, is trying to get on this call. Let me see if I don't know if I can unmute everybody.
Perdita, while you're doing that, let me jump in there real quick.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. Listen, the importance of being at the conventions in person is that you meet some amazing people, right? I met an author, a gentleman by the name of Dr. John Harmon, who wrote a book about copper peptide.
Mhm.
He autographed it and gave it to me. Some other literature I'm loving
He just
reading.
gave
and
it to
stuff.
you?
Yeah, he gave it to me
Oh, he
because I
charged
don't
me $25 when we were down in Punta Mita. I took a picture. He charged me for that book. Go ahead. I had that same
Did he
book.
autograph it too? Because I've got an
Yeah.
autograph as well.
Mhm.
But this is an author. Awesome. These are awesome people that were in the audience, as a matter of fact. And then I want to point out the fact that Gina and Steve put together the manual, the franchise training manual for every new franchisee. Promote this book. This is great, folks, because this is the handbook for becoming a millionaire and doing it the way Gina and Steve did it. So I wanted to point those two things out and to say that Pastor, what was the name again? Pastor Shuttlesworth put it all together. Ted Shuttlesworth put it all together, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, he brought mind, body, and spirit, spirit, along with wealth, into a package that was so spiritually sound, you could not help but, after leaving on Saturday night, you couldn't help but want to be back at church on Sunday because he finished it out the right way. And all those, there was souls saved. It was so amazing to watch people move toward God, and all because of this little patch, So this is no joke. It's bigger. This tiny little patch is bigger than our small brains can conceive. So let's do this thing. Kelly Fowler put it together. She said it best because that spiritual walk that this whole convention was about. It was on a spiritual level, a financial level, a personal development level. It was everything that you can even want to be better at with your life in the future. So
If there's
back to you, Verdita.
if there's anybody on here that did not get their virtual and they did not attend, you got to get with somebody on your team or something. And if it means going over to their house, if you have the virtual, I think I'm going to pull some of my team members together and just come and watch a little bit of it, some of the segments, because there's just no way we can cover all of this. But I remember Renita and Scott Brennan talked about the glory realm, talking about getting to the glory realm. And they talked about this, what we're doing here, these miracles. She's talking about miracles are seeds. It's just no way I could articulate everything, but let me see, because if I could find it. But she was talking about the miracles are seeds. You guys, we have our hands on something. How many times in your life have you ever seen a miracle? You should be, if you've been in the business more than 30 days, you should have seen at least 10 yourself. Okay, if you're not seeing miracles, like I said, you're not patching, or you're not around anybody else that's patching. So listen, I've got this thing recorded. I'm gonna send it out. Thank you all so much for your time. And let's get to work. Let's show up and show out and on this cruise, you guys. That's what it's all about. It's not about where we're going, it's that we're going, and that we're gonna have so much fun on this cruise together. And let's get some people ranked up. You all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you at the top.